Hey guys, Wally here. We are back with a video here, and it's just a quick little showcase of the changes that are going to be happening in a little bit for fish. So let's go ahead and check that out, guys. You see this right here. I probably got to move my little head out of the way. We're gonna see. All right, so to show you guys right here, this is the balance overhaul for everything in fish. Is gonna be freaking crazy, guys, so make sure to look forward to that. Let's get into the balance patch. First thing, we got fast rod. I'm gonna explain everything for y'all. It's in moosewood. Lure goes to 45 to 70 lure speed. That's a huge increase. Luck -15 goes to 10, and resilience goes to -5 from -12. Now my question is, why are they buffing all of these small rods? Reinforced rod. Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with everything. We're starting to get into the bigger depths of the sea here. We're starting to get into stuff that matters from here, guys. Reinforced rod, 40 lure, 65 luck, 0.1 control, 15 resilience. That's decent. Now the next ones are the big boys coming into the scene. Arctic rod, nothing. They changed nothing for Arctic or avalanche, but I'm gonna tell you what. 100% chance for 1.3x for the Arctic rod, 25% chance for 2.4x for the avalanche rod. They're making all these random ass rods relevant, guys. Scurvy rod, everyone forgot this shit even existed. They're making it 13% chance to 4x, so people actually buy this shit. No one's buying scurvy rod. Midas rod, I can't lie, they smacked the shit out of this. They went from 60 lure to -20 on the Midas, but they increased the luck by a lot. It went from 60% chance to 2x to 100% chance to 2x, so you're catching 2 times the fish. But if we do a quick calculation here, guys, we go from 60% lure to -20. You could have had a insta catch, and now it's going to be a little bit of wait. It is not worth it for the 40% increase in chance to make it 100%. It is not worth it, guys. Do not buy the freaking Midas rod. Crystallized rod, it went from 10% chance to 1.75 to 20% chance of 3x. That is a good buff. That's only 25k. That's only 25k, guys. Depth seeker rod, they just lowered the max kg. They lowered the cost of Aurora rod. Mythical rod, lowered cost. King's rod, now what do they do to the King's rod? Let's check it out. They lowered the cost of King's rod to 100k. They increased the lure, so it's not negatives anymore. This is a really big buff for the King's rod. 50% fish size on the King's rod. No freaking way. This is very good for people who like getting giant fish. Okay, Summit rod increased to 500k, but they buffed the lure, and they gave it 10% progression speed, 15% frozen, 10% sleet, and 5% blinded. What kind of stats are these, bro? I would pay for that any day if I was gonna get it. I'm not using the Summit rod. It's kind of ass. Precision rod, you can craft it at level 5 now. Wisdom rod, it gives 5% XP boost per perfect catch, and it caps out at 1.8x. That's actually decent. Instead of 100% XP for a fish per 5 catches in a row, it's now gonna be 5% that stacks. So let's do the math real quick. Say you stacked it to 1.8x, you're gonna be catching 80% EXP per perfect catch, guys. Way more EXP per catch. This is gonna be insane. Rod of the Depths, bonus fish now has 1 in 10 chance to be enchant relic. That's a very good buff, guys, for all of you guys who are feeding for enchant relics. Destiny rods, max kg is actually way higher, and the sparkling shiny chance is now 10%, so that's a really good buff for the Destiny rod if you want to just catch a fish just to get it sparkling or shiny. Zeus rod, it goes from 1.7 mil, they increase it by 1 million, now it is 2.7 million. Yeah, this is honestly just a joke, guys. Never buy Zeus rod. Tempest and Challengers are safe. They did not get nerfed, guys. They're still here. You got Heaven's Rod. They increased the price of Heaven's Rod by 1 million. That is terrible. We got the Lost Rod here, and it gives 36% chance to 5.5x on perfects. That's actually pretty cool. Rotec, Rod of the Eternal King. It's now infinite kilos, so y'all are chill now. All y'all Robotech fans, y'all can use it wherever you want. Prism rod, they did nothing to it. Seraphic rod is going to become somewhat relevant, because right here, as you see, instead of the beam adding 60% of your bar, it gives you a 30% chance of 10x blessed mutation. 10x 30% chance. Let's do the math. You're making a 3.33 times on your fish every single time. On average, that is going to make you quite a good amount of money without having any other rod. But you're still gonna get flashbang, so get that shit out of your mind. Let's check the enchantments right here. Enchantment Swift, 5% progression speed plus the lure already. Lucky gives luck, lure, and mutation. Hang on. Lucky is gonna be the new best beginner buff. I swear, this is gonna be the new best beginner buff. 40% mutation chance. Are you kidding me? That sounds insane. Divine, let me look at this. 45% luck, 20% resilience, and 20% lure. So you're telling me I can get this and then have only 15% less resilience than the old resilient. That is insane. They're gonna make control go from 0.5 to 0.15. All you try hard rod fanatics, this is our time. All of us with the try hard rod, we gonna be catching shit like crazy. Resilient is unchanged. Okay, guys, so resilient is not meta anymore. Guys, everyone here, divine will be the new meta. Lucky will be the new meta. Resilient is no more. You're only getting 15% extra. Do not touch resilient with a freaking stick. Let's check Herculean. We got 2 control. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Wait a minute, chat. Herculean looks busted as shit. I'm gonna hand it to y'all. All y'all people who need a bigger control bar, if you're going for control, just go for Herculean. You get more max KG. Instead of 0.15 control, you get 0.2 control. And let me get this right. 10% progress speed. Sea King goes from 10% fish size to 35% fish size. Now we got mutated. Here it is, chat. Here is the biggest freaking change that might just change how the whole meta gameplay goes. Mutated, 90% mutation chance. 90%. So you're telling me, right? 90% of the time I'm gonna get a mutation, and even if that's a shit mutation, it's gonna sell for a 1.3x value. So you're telling me I can get a shit mutation on top of a new buffed King's Rod or something and keep selling for more and more money because giant mutated fish cost a lot of money. Are you telling me that I can money farm at a low level? Yes! You guys are gonna be freaking benefiting out the wazoo if you're a new player. Wormhole, 80% chance to catch a fish from a random location. Now you can catch fish from anywhere for bestiary. That is a very, very, very good wormhole buff. Everything for exalted relics is going to be right here. We got immortal, 75% luck, 30% progress speed. Are you freaking kidding me? I mystical right here, 25% luck, 45% resilience, 15% lure. Like what? And now we got Sea Overlord, 50% fish size. That's kind of cool. So we have a 50% fish size plus the King's Rod, 50%. You mash them together, you're guaranteed to get 100% bigger fish. Anomalous, and now it gives 20% chance to duplicate a fish instead of a 10% chance, and it gives a 4.4x instead of the old 2.5x. That's actually a really good change. Quantum, 25% chance for subspace. You never touch quantum again. Quantum is a 5x multiplier, and now you're telling me you're gonna have anomalous over here, 20% chance to duplicate and have a 4.4. That makes no sense not to get anomalous over quantum, guys. Piercing gives stabs plus 15% progress speed. That's a pretty good buff. Now we have invincible, and it gives infinite mash kilos. So this is for all of your ass rods you want to fish anywhere with. Now, guys, you can fish anywhere with them. This is a pretty good change, guys. And Blessed Song, 40% progress speed. Honestly, at this point, guys, Blessed Song is kind of mid because you can just have 20% progress speed plus something else, guys, on there. You can just have it on there already. You can just have 20% plus something else, guys, and you're chilling. Anyways, guys, that was just my update on all that content for you guys. That's gonna be dropping very, very soon. I'll see y'all next time. Have a nice one. Peace.